Well, it's 11:52 p.m. on Monday, April 8th, 2024. I've been in bed pretty much since I ate. And let's get this thing knocked out, and I'm going right back to bed. Get this out of the way.
But I should say that what's becoming more normal and what's becoming very concerning is this idea that you're going to just flip a president every year for whatever reason. And President Bruce had 6 presidents in 6 years. And Dina Boluarte has lasted a little longer than her predecessors, but it looks like your
told you about ghosts.
As the Rolex scandal is becoming.
I never set this.
And that's actually the more concerning aspect, because if you talk
to work like that. I never set that alarm. I feel rough tonight. Whoa. Hey, Poopy. How you doing, baby? How you doing, little mess? Huh? How you doing? She's in the bed with me, sleeping. Right next to me. Little monster. I love my baby. Yes, I do. Little monster. And my ass is dragging, bro. I'm going right back to bed. When I post this, I'm going right back to bed. Love you, guys. Daddy's feeling a little bit off tonight. Had to turn on the air conditioner for the first time of the year, right there in that window. It's just really stuffy in here tonight. I might do that in the bedroom too. I don't turn it down much. I turn it to like 72. It just takes the humidity out of the air. It's kind of weird. It's a weird time of year right now. Temperature doesn't know whether to be hot or cold, and we're heading into the time where we'll be using these air conditioners a lot more. Love you though, guys, but Daddy's got to do his work now, okay? Alright? Hey, little mustard? Alright? Let me do this. Alright. Let Daddy get to his workout, okay? Go run around and play with the ghosts, okay? Go run around and play with the ghosts, honey. Alright, I gotta go. Here we go. What a fuck. There we go. All right. It is the best of all times when we get up off the floor. And we thank the good Lord for that. Please don't get trapped on the floor. Please exercise. Lord, please let me get back to bed. Squats 20, watch out for your knees. took this long to get feeling better. But I'm starting to feel better. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate it. Man, it's like somebody stepped on me and stomped on the back of my neck. But I am feeling better. I am feeling better. Tell you what, man. It's amazing how one day you can feel good and the next day you can feel like somebody was just been beating on you. Bare-fisted. Punch you in your throat, punch you in your chest, punch you in your back. Like you were just fighting a battle. A street battle. You know? All right, Philip, let's finish this. Thank you, God, for being in my life. Please always be in my life. Oh, man. Woo! Ah. Wanda, I love and I miss you. My friends, I will write that down in my book. I will say my prayers. Which for me is Psalm 143, but all the Psalms are great. It is Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. It is 12:15 a.m. in the morning, but I started that exercise on Monday, April 8th, 2024 at about 11:55, so it counts for Monday, April 8th, 2024. Some people would say, well, that's cheating, but it doesn't change the fact I still got to do the exercise again. I could just sit down on this floor and do it again and get it out the way, but I won't, because man, I am feeling rough. Yesterday's victory dinner did not go well, and I don't know why. and it wasn't the food. And ironically, I came home and I broilered up in the oven 2 pieces of pizza because I wanted to scorch the top of that pizza, because his pizzas are kind of, they're cooked. They are very cooked, okay? But I like my pizzas sort of burnt on the ends, you know? The classic pizza that I like, and he doesn't make this, it's not his fault, is a pizza where they put like cornmeal on the cooking surface, and when it cooks, it gets crunchy on the bottom. But I don't think we have that in the Fredericksburg area. Anyway, it's a I think it's a wood-baked oven pizza. Anyway, I came home and I broilered up 2 pieces, and I was feeling a little bit sort of woozy all day. I did stop by this morning, still felt out of it, and there was a Sugar Shack donut shop that was on the way to my first job. And I'd been there before, and I knew they had good donuts. But the last time I was there, Knucklehead is leaning against the tripod. The last time I was there, I got salted caramel donuts. I got a 2 bacon maple donuts, and I think I got 1 other donut. Well, I walked in there today, and they had an apple fritter. I kid you not, this sucker was that big. And I said, "Is that an apple fritter?" He said, "Yes, apple fritter." I said, "God darn, it's big." And it was all puffed up. I could tell Wawa, before COVID hit, used to sell a really big, really good apple fritter that whoever made it, they would put sugar on the outside of it before they cooked it. So when it cooked, it got crunchy on the outside and sweet, but when you bit into it, it was soft on the inside and doughy. That was really good. That was before COVID. Now they make one they have to put in plastic. It's smaller, and it's not as good. It's still okay. It's just not as good. Now this one from Sugar Shack today was awesome. It was. I had to laugh because the guy was talking about. He goes, "Yeah, well, the person who makes our apple fritters, the way we make them is they're the size of our hand. You know, the dough is, okay." I said, "Well, damn, and the person who made them apple fritters today must be a basketball player, because I mean, this sucker was huge, because you know they rise." And that was so good. The only thing I would say I thought about it was maybe get some apple pie filling in a can or something, or maybe some apple butter or something apple, and add a little bit more apple to it, you know, or maybe just some I don't know. Anyway, it would have been nice to have a couple more apple chunks in it, but I didn't care about that. It was delicious and soft and doughy, and you ripped it open and you ate it, and it was so good. And the sugar in that brought me back. You know, it kind of eased my stomach off. And the caramel apple donuts, I got 3 of them because I knew they were good last time. I didn't get the maple I can't even talk. The maple bacon donuts, because they burned the bacon. I was like, God darn it, guys, don't you understand? You cannot burn the bacon on a maple bacon donut, because if you cook it to just when it's done, bacon has a sweetness to it. That's what makes it good, is it has a sweetness and a saltiness, a savoriness to it, that when you burn it, it just has a burnt flavor to it. And they burnt the bacon on the donuts. I could see it. I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy that." And I know some other donut shops that make an amazing maple bacon donut, because they don't burn the bacon. You cannot burn the bacon. So anyway, but I got 3 of those salted caramel donuts. And boy, they were good. They were really good. They were really tasty. So that really picked me up through the day. Next time I do that, I should just pick up 1 of each, instead of 3 salted caramel in the fritter, because honestly, the fritter's enough. Or maybe 1 maple bacon, 1 caramel salted is enough. But because the third caramel salted. I was going to take it back to my boss, but he never eats anything I bring to him anyway. I said, yeah, screw it. I'm not going to bother him. Our wonderful lady that had the operation, she quit today. She's fighting a lot of health battles, and I hope she gets better. We're really going to miss her. But I would hope that she would take, in our company, because she's such a wonderful worker, our company will work with her and give her 2-3 months of medical leave. Now, only maybe a month of it will be paid, but she'll still have a job in 3 months if she wants to come back to it. And she could just get herself, because the way this operation works, when they remove all the female stuff inside of a woman, it can go one of two ways. It can go okay, where they come back and everything is okay, and then it can go like a real battle, because when they take, and depending on what they take out, if they take the ovaries out, there's a real drop in estrogen level in the body, and women have so much to deal with. The nausea comes from all the female parts, just the uterus malfunctioning and all kinds of crap, but you still got to have that influx of estrogen. And artificial estrogen can be a problem for some women, and trying to get the right artificial estrogen, because there's probably several different brands, and get the dosage right. And you got to have a doctor. Usually I would actually recommend female doctors for women who are going through hysterectomies, because male doctors usually can be pretty crass and pretty non-caring, because if they're an HMO doctor, they've got 300 patients they got to take care of, and on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Oh, you're having a problem. Okay, well then let's lower your dose, or let's raise your dose. Let me look at your blood. Okay, I see your blood test. I see that it's a little high. We'll cut you back on a pill. Call me in 6 weeks. But she's fighting a lot of battles, and her quitting today was not a surprise, because she's so dependable. She's so hardworking, and she's been ever since the operation, she's really not been like that. And it's an indication of how much she's suffering. And we just want her to get better. My boss wants her to get better. My boss is like a second dad to her, and she really wants to do him right. And it's really tearing her up that she's not able to come to work and help him, because one of the things she used to do was help him unload trucks and do all kind of stuff for him, and they're real good friends. And but his message to her and my message to her is, we have a whole company of people we can call in if we need help. The most important thing for her is to get better. The most important thing for her is to realize that she deserves to feel well. And if her brain is, if she's feeling feelings that are very depressed and very bad, it could very well be a function of the medication. It could very well be a function of the amount of trauma that your body went through, the fact that your body's having to readjust to not having natural forms of estrogen. And I would really encourage her to go online and to start talking to women. There should be some women's groups who've had hysterectomy, support groups. If she can look in there, she can say, that's exactly how I feel. And because don't get it from me, I'm just an old crusty ass man. I didn't have to go through that. I didn't have to have periods since the time I was 13 to the time I was 45. I didn't have to be sick for a week and then be a sick week before and a week after, because everything was so out of whack, and I just sucked it up because that's how tough I am. And she's tough. She is tough. We don't give women credit for how hard this is, how hard a period is. You know, some people, I don't, but some, and my boss doesn't, and any man who respects a woman doesn't. But some people think that it's a joke, that a period is a joke, that that what women go through is a joke. But believe me, you can't go through what a natural woman goes through. I'm sorry, you just can't. They go through hell sometimes. And sometimes they go through hell and they just don't complain. They just suck it up and they're smiling at you, and all the time inside they feel like shit. And God bless them for being so wonderful. So we wish her the best. I hope, I told Steve today, I said, you know, here's what I hope. This is what I hope. Now, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I hope in 3 months she comes back, and because sometimes this is kind of weird with the body, especially if you can get working on the medication and you can get the stuff done. But you can feel like crap, your brain can be out of whack, and then a month and a half, 2 months later, suddenly everything clicks in, and one day you wake up and you go, what the fuck was that? You know, you go, what the fuck was the last 2 months I went through? What the fuck was that? You know, and you feel good. And then the next day you feel just like crap again. But then you realize, you know, wow, this is starting to change. I'm starting to feel better. And then there's 2 more days of feeling good, and you're going, what the fuck was that? And then there's, you know, another day of feeling bad. But then you get this long stretch of, oh my God, I feel better. But it takes a while to get there. So she's taking a while to get there. She's really suffering, and we wish her the best. We will miss her. And we'll be there working. And if you feel like you want to come back, I'm sure they'll hire you back. But for right now, the important thing is get better. She's got a wonderful husband and wonderful kids. And they're mostly grown now, and she's got cats and dogs and a wonderful family, and got a great mom she loves very much, and a great friend. She's got a friend, she's a little thing like 5'1", and she got a friend that's like 6'5", a lady friend who's like a female basketball player. And I just said, yeah, I can imagine what you two look like when you go through the mall. You're like Mutt and Jeff, you know. She said, yeah, they think I'm her daughter. I laughed at that story. That was a good story. But she loves that friend of hers, and her friend loves her too. And they've been good friends for a lot of years. So we ask God to give her some peace, and ask God to give her some help and help her to get better. And we want to thank you all for tuning into this video, because man, it almost didn't get made. February 8th, the 8th day, the day after the fast tends to be the fast that I missed the workout. And then it starts a path for the whole month of missing, you know, every day or 2 days I miss a workout. And I have a 3-day span I miss workouts. And I don't want to do that. Now when I first started this workout tonight, man, I was sore all over. I mean, and I was in the bed with knucklehead. I had my arm, when I sleep in the bed, I sleep with my arms out like this, or I'll go like this. And knucklehead was curled around in my armpit. Because she likes to do that, because it's warm, and she gets comfortable. And we just sat there, we were sleeping. I looked over at the clock, because I got this little white clock you see here. I got one on both walls in my bedroom. So when I look out this way, I can see it, and if I look out this way, I can see it. And there's a clock up by the TV, and I can see that. So I'm never escaping time. I was watching them clocks, and I was going, man, I gotta get up. I gotta get up. And the good Lord was kind of, I don't know if he had his hand around my throat or what, but man, somebody had their hand around my throat. And I was like, okay, I'll get up. And we finally got this done. So I feel very blessed to have Monday, April 8th workout done. And y'all have a wonderful Tuesday, and please don't drink Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi. Aspartame and Sucralose are poison. Please read the ingredients list of everything you buy. If you see aspartame or sucralose in it, just don't buy it. Nobody you love deserves to be poisoned. Please find a workout that works for you. Do it every day. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed Tuesday. God bless you, and we will see you all on the next video.